Hey everyone, today I'm going to take you through a session for healthy wrists. Wrists are often an area we overlook. We focus more on keeping our back healthy, hopefully anyway, our shoulders, our knees, things like that. The wrists are also important, especially if you're doing weight-bearing exercises through them. So that can be things as simple as doing push-ups, using crutches or walking aids, or even just pushing yourself off the chair. Throughout all these exercises, just if you have any wrist pain or arthritis, be on the cautious side. You can still try the exercises, but do them within your pain-free threshold. And then if you need to catch a therapist for some specific exercises, I suggest you do this. We're going to start today by just getting some movement through the wrist. So we want to create nice big circles through the wrist. What I want you to try to avoid doing, often we get the movement through the whole forearm like that, but I want you to aim to make it specifically through this area. So even just holding the forearm, you can feel your bone, just grabbing one of the bone and trying not to move it all through there as you really try to create big circles with your fingertips. You can also do this by holding a ball. So there's minimal movement through here, but I'm really fighting for movement through the wrist itself through here. I'm going to do 5 in one direction, and then 5 in the other direction. So I've got a few cracks with the movement there. That's normal, it's not causing me pain, so that's all right. Just coming on the other side. Now if you notice, because I'm not moving my forearm, come on, out of the way. Sit. Because I'm not moving my forearm, I actually don't have as much movement through there as then if I get the forearm moving. But we're making it specific to the area. So I'm going to do the same on the other side. I'm going to do it without the ball this time. So just keeping straight fingers, keeping the forearm still. I'll come in, down, out as far as I can. See, I don't have much movement in that side. That's okay. I just go within what I've got. Up and across. For 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So now our wrists are a bit warmer. We're going to start to get the muscles working a bit. So I want you to grab a towel. Start to roll the towel up. And you can adjust the thickness for however thick you want to be holding it. So I'm going to have mine like this. Now here, we're just going to start by getting the muscles working that support the wrist. So holding with both hands, I want you to squeeze really firm, as hard as you can, as long as it's not causing pain. And relax. And we're going to go again. So squeeze as hard as you can for 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. And again, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. And again, hold 5, firm, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. We'll go 2 more. Squeeze for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. And last time, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Just getting a bit of movement through there in between. Hopefully you felt your muscles working a bit through the forearms and wrists there. Now with the same towel, I'm going to get a nice firm grip. And what you're going to do, you're going to roll one hand forward and one hand back like you're wringing the towel. Notice I've got my hands quite close here. That'll give me a bit of resistance, as opposed to if you have your hands really far away, you won't get as much resistance there. So hands quite close, wring it as far as you can one way, coming back the other way. Go for 12 of these. Try to limit any movement throughout your body. As you may have noticed, my first rep or two, I was moving the shoulders like that. Try to limit that. Continue to squeeze firmly as you do this. If you're getting pain at the extreme end of range, don't go quite as far. You can just do a small movement like this. Okay, stopping there. Now holding it up, the bottom hand we're going to hold into our belly, and that doesn't move at all. So keep that wrist in neutral. The other hand we're going to grab and twist it out and back and again. So it's only the top hand that's moving for 10 of these. So I'm starting to feel my muscles working a bit here. And switch over. Other hand down the bottom, not moving at all. The top hand grabs, roll around a bit further before you grab, and then firmly grip and roll outwards. So I've got 4 more left to do 10 of these. Now switch your hands around again. Once again, bottom hand doesn't move. This time, starting there, roll out a bit before you grab it, squeeze firmly, and then you roll inwards against resistance this time for 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Switch hands around. Squeeze firmly, rolling in the top hand. Trying to keep the bottom wrist still and in a straight line. We'll often have the tendency to move it, as I also have to try to correct myself as I do this, so that that right one currently isn't moving and the left one's doing all the work. And last one. Now, I'm going to get a bit of a stretch through them. So, place your hands down like that. I don't want you to get any pain through here. If you place your hands down, slowly come back. If you're starting to get a bit of pain there, just back off a bit until you feel you're not getting any. Ideally, you still feel a stretch in that position. We're going to do both hands together, so placing both palms down and slowly just shifting backwards so you feel a stretch here. We're going to hold this for about 30 seconds. So you can do this on the floor like I'm doing. You can use your table, standing up, however you want to set up, that's okay. Another 10 seconds. Now, don't move your hand from this position. We're going to back off just a tiny bit. And now I want you to push your fingertips down into the ground, and you'll feel the muscles you were just stretching start to work. So you should feel the muscles working. Shouldn't be painful though. If it's painful, don't push quite as hard and relax. Now, in this position, see if you can lift your fingertips off the ground. Now, if you notice, because I'm in a slightly stretched position, I'm not actually getting any movement. But even just trying or attempting to lift them up, I can feel my muscles through here and here working, even though there's not actually a movement. And relax, slowly coming out. Now I'm going to do the same with the other side of the wrist. So one option, similar, fingers out, you like that, slowly coming out. I personally prefer to make a fist and gently pull down. So I'm going to run you through this way. So with your left hand, making a fist, right hand grabbing it, slowly pulling it down to the ground, and just start to straighten the elbow till you feel a comfortable stretch in the forearm muscles here, maybe a bit in the wrist. Shouldn't be in this closed angle. If you're getting pain here, don't go quite as far. And we're just going to hold this for 30 seconds. If you feel it start to loosen off, you want to go a bit deeper, that's okay. Just slowly come till you increase the stretch. Should be a nice stretch, not painful. Now keep your right hand where it is. Come out just a tiny bit. And then the right hand's not going to let your left hand move, but your left hand's going to try to attempt to straighten at the wrist. So right now I'm pushing my wrist straight, but my right hand's not allowing the movement. And I'm feeling my muscles working here. And relax. Now, try to use these muscles to bend your wrist further. So you're trying to bring this, your fingers and fist up towards your forearm. And I'm feeling all these muscles working quite hard. Now, this is a position that if your muscles aren't used to working here, you might get a bit of cramping. That's okay. You can just come out of it slowly. And we're going to stop there. Now I'm going to do the same on the other wrist. So making a fist with your right fist, with your right hand, grabbing it with your left hand and slowly bending it towards you. So the knuckles face away from you. Straightening the elbow till you feel a stretch along here. We're going to hold this for 30 seconds again. All right, left hand stays on top, not actually allowing the movement. But your right fist or right wrist is going to start to push to try to straighten. So you're aiming to do this motion, but this hand isn't going to allow it. You're blocking it. So pushing straight, you start to feel your forearm muscles work, maybe in the wrist a bit. We're holding a tiny bit longer. Keep going. Good work. And relax. Now, keeping it there, you're trying to use your muscles to actively pull your fist up towards you. And starting to feel these muscles and working here. And relax. Now, I just want you to grab an item that's really firm that you're unable to bend. So I've got it's essentially a broomstick here. There's no broom on the end. It is quite excessive. You don't have to use something this long, but just something you can hold like here that's solid and won't actually bend. Bring your hands like this, elbows in by your side, forearms in front of you. Try not to move the rest of your body, but what you're going to do is this motion, like you're trying to bend the stick or whatever object you have. Obviously, as the stick's hard, it's not going to move. But you'll start to feel your muscles work. So keeping the rest of your body still, I'm now starting to try to bend it. No movement there. And relax. And we're going to go again. So knuckles are facing up, trying to bend that way. And go. Relax. And going again for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. You're going to do 2 more of these. Trying to bend it. Obviously there's no actual movement, but you feel your muscles start to work hard. And relax. We've got 1 more. So trying to bend it. And relax. Now flip your hands up the other way, so you're holding it from under like this. We're going to do a similar kind of thing, but this time we're trying to bend it upwards like that. Obviously, once again, being solid is not actually going to move, but you'll start to feel all your muscles in your hand, forearm start to work. So bring it wherever's comfortable apart. Squeeze and trying to bend the object in half. And relax. We're going to do 4 more of these. So going, squeezing and bending. 3, 2, 1. Relax. And again, trying to bend it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. We've got 2 more. Trying to bend it in half. 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. 1 more time. Squeezing and bending. 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. Bringing this off to the side. Now I'll just quickly show you how you can massage through your forearm muscles that come across the wrist. So grabbing a ball, the firmer the ball the better. You place it on the ground, or you can do this sitting with a table. This part of your forearm goes on it and you just slowly roll back and forward. If you happen to find a tight spot, you can move around that. If you want to apply more pressure, other hand on top can push down. So we're just going to finish up with massaging out. If you don't want to participate in this part, you can stop the video now, and hopefully your forearms and wrists are feeling nice and good. To get to this other side, it's a bit more awkward. You just kind of have to position yourself to place that down on the ball. Same thing, rolling around. You can use the other hand to push down for some extra pressure if you desire. Getting a bit of a dead leg here. So I'm going to do the same on the other side. So massaging out through this part of the forearm, placing it down on the ball. I like to apply a bit of pressure with the other hand, just make it a firmer massage. So most of the muscles in the wrist come from up here, travel down and across into the hand. There are a few smaller muscles around here that give it a bit more support as well. But often we get tight through here. Switching to the other side, trying to get the back of the hand on top of the ball, back of the wrist, sorry, and moving that around. So we're often tight through here because we use our hands and forearm muscles so much, but we don't actually strengthen them or take care of them. We kind of neglect them. Often we try to put them through more work than what they're actually able to handle, and that can result in them getting really tight and sometimes painful things such as tennis elbow and some tendon issues in the wrist, which I've recently had myself actually. All right, and stopping there. So right now my forearms and wrists feel really good. I can move them around. So often that gives me a bit of pain. Right now it's feeling okay after that session. So I hope you enjoyed that. Feel free to come back to this video if you need. If you do have any wrist issues and you want some specific exercises to you, just book in to see your local therapist. Thanks guys.